Okay, everybody, Lions and friends, thank you for being here with me. Wednesday, January 17th, 2024. I have pages of stuff I want to cover with you. I got slammed today with messages and emails from a lot of you. I did try to write back to at least some of you, but I figured it'd be easier to just cover these things right here and right now. So, post market wrap, people, um, I almost don't know where to start. How about this? So, as you and I have discussed, I don't know, over and over and over again as of late, we're going to start to see more headlines in an attempt to sway public opinion against Iran and to propagate more war, to fund more war. Blank check for Israel, blank check for Ukraine. That's where this is all coming. They got to demonize someone. And as you know, we've covered this repeatedly. Iran is a target of the United States and its coalition right now. And you're going to see things like this. Look at this headline here. I'll show it to you. You probably saw this already if you subscribe to my newsletter. Unprovoked violation. Iran strikes Syria, Iraq, and Pakistan as Middle East tensions spike. On top of that, they're talking about children being killed, specifically children. Okay, we don't hear about the children being murdered and slaughtered in Gaza, but here it's more important for whatever reason. And again, you know what's going on here. Okay, it's always the same story, and it's not going to stop. We're about to see this really, really get going very, very soon. As a matter of fact, this is what I wrote. Again, this is in your inbox if you subscribe to my free newsletter. So exactly as we expected, here it is, with more to come. The headlines are now being filled with propaganda directed at further demonizing Iran. The United States and its coalition partners are hell-bent on directly attacking Iran. As we have covered repeatedly as of late, expect direct attacks on Iran to come soon as they sell this to the public. You realize we also have it's interesting how with the timing of this is none of it is by accident, but we have a government shutdown in what 4 days, a couple days from now. The threat of a government shutdown. Of course, they're going to kick the can down the road. Unlimited funds for war. And whatever else, but there's not enough to fund the government. It's amazing, but what else would you expect in this kind of an environment? It's not going to stop either. It's completely out of control. But make no mistake, and this is what I wrote at the bottom. This is all propaganda to get people to back expanding war, including a blank check to fund both Israel's war and the Russia-Ukraine war. That is really what they got to get the public to back this up, and people are sick and tired of it. People are not that stupid. I believe that people understand what's happening to them, at least at this particular time. Again, it's amazing, right? Children are being murdered. Children are being slaughtered. It's Iran. Forget Gaza. People being starved to death over there right now, in case you don't know. But that's okay. That's it's fine. Let's not even talk about that. I mean, that'll set off a whole other thing here. With regard to the market today, okay, there's an interesting phenomenon going on. And this could get out of control really, really quick. I don't believe it's going to, okay? Maybe I'm deluded. It's possible, okay? But again, with regard to people today, hey, Greg, are you watching the 10-year yield? Greg, you watching? Yeah, I'm watching the 10. People, I watch it all day long. You don't understand. When you guys and girls write to me, and I love all of you, and I appreciate it. If I don't write back to you, I do apologize. But I'm watching it just like you are. And this is very interesting. There's a significant sell-off going on here in the debt market. Who's buying the debt? Again, if there's a seller, there's got to be a buyer. I think we know who's buying it all. And if this doesn't change, if the Fed doesn't intervene, I mean, right now, if this could go crazy in a very short period of time, what would happen? What would happen? Eventually, it is going to happen. An uncontrolled sell-off in the debt market, rates spike, bond yields spike in an uncontrolled fashion that melts down global stock markets. Okay, they're not done. They're not done. But I'll tell you something else that's going on. The market right now realizes that widespread war, we're on the threshold of this, okay? Again, who's instigating this? It ain't Iran. I think it's pretty easy to understand what's going on. We've discussed this at length. This is all about the petrodollar. This is about the Federal Reserve not allowing any other nation or group of nations to capture the world reserve. Okay, having the world reserve currency gives that central bank more power than any other or every other central bank combined. Okay, that's a fact, and they're not going to give this up without many, 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 many tens of thousands of people dying. They will sacrifice half the world's population to keep that. That's what this is all about. Iran being one of the founding members of OPEC, now joining on the second of this year, the BRICS nations. But that was the last straw here. And that's why, again, Iran has a big target on it right now. And they're going to, again, this is leading up to something much, much bigger. So what the market is doing here, the market is trying, in my view, gauging from sentiment, gauging from the fact that I talk to everybody. And I mean, I talk to everybody, okay? I get maybe a little insight that people don't generally get. But anyway, with that, the market is trying to position itself for widespread war. It's already starting, okay? When this really gets going, the initial reaction is going to be into the dollar. This Dixie right now, the dollar index, firmly above 103. That's fear. Okay, that's fear. I don't think it's going to last. With regard to the 10-year yield doing what it's doing, I don't think that's going to last either. But the market's trying to price in widespread war. Once the market prices this in, and it may take a little while, okay, things are going to turn around in my view because, let's just say, for example, we find out there's like a major strike on Iran. It's going to happen soon. That would probably initially hit the stock market. You would see crude go up. But the market would tend to rebound relatively quickly from something like that. And as war expands, you're going to see a lot of volatility there. And this is, again, we're getting a glimpse into where this is going here. We understand why. We know who is propagating all of this. We understand this. We've discussed this. I mean, I told you already. What they're doing now, and they're sitting there. They already have their plan of action. This has already been thought out. The Pentagon colluding with the Federal Reserve, who funds the Pentagon and everything else. They're trying to figure out how to sell this to people, whether it's going to be a major false flag or just continue to demonize Iran and whoever else they want to. I've told you for the longest time here. The enforcement arm of the Federal Reserve is the United States military, including its nuclear arsenal. They will point that entire weapon outward, inward, or whatever to enforce what they want. You understand? And there's no way on this earth, off this earth, or anywhere else to stop what's going on. This has been a plan that's been in effect for over a century. Slowly, methodically, they got every base covered, and that's where we're going, unfortunately. Anyway, so that's what the market is doing here. Pricing in a widespread war. That's why you're seeing the reaction to the dollar. The sell-off in the debt market is very interesting, okay? I don't believe it's going to last. Could it get worse? Absolutely, it could get worse. If you notice the stock market today, it was under a lot of pressure earlier. We almost reversed everything. Yes, we finished lower with regard to the major indices, with the Russell 2000 getting hit the hardest, the small caps, companies here in the United States, as our economy is evaporating. But according to Janet Yellen, Janet Yellen had something to say about that. Obviously, a major freak Biden fan here talking. Janet Yellen is praising the thing sitting behind the Resolute, just saying that his economic policy is working because she does not see a recession. Oh no, she doesn't see a soft landing. Oh, what beautiful! We're going to land really soft and easy. Sure we are. Thank you, Iman. I appreciate that. Again, it's just more than nonsense. So look, not only is business activity, which we just found out, literally fell through the freaking floor yesterday, and then you got the propaganda ministry trying to cover that up right now. Oh, it's not as bad as it seems. But now we also found out today that business investment is a forward-looking indicator. Okay, because you follow this blog, know what I'm about to tell you. But I'm going to say it again. Every single leading economic indicator continues to drop lower and lower. So today we found out that business investment drops yet again, yet a leading indicator. Again, more layoffs are coming here. But again, everything is great. Ask Janet Yellen because she loves freaking Biden. Oh yeah, she wants to take care of him. Maybe she'll take out the dentures. Anyway, praising this man like he's the second coming or something along those lines. Interesting play on words there, isn't it? The Wall Street Journal today reporting that U.S. manufacturing, are you ready? Is in rough shape. It's in really rough shape. I'm laughing, but I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be laughing. I really should not be freaking laughing at all this. And we got the Fed's beige book today. Oh, economic activity. It's not so bad. And yes. I forgot to add, according to the Fed's beige book today, the consumer is really strong. Meanwhile, let's see. They've depleted their savings. Credit card and debt defaults across the board are getting worse, but the consumer is really, really strong. Yeah, well, I believe everything that they tell me. How about you? You can't make this stuff up. It's absolutely impossible to do. Anyway, cryptocurrency is getting hit. Let me answer this to people. I really despise something, and I'm going to tell you what Greg Mannarino despises. Okay, I cover everything for you here. Wow, Michelle, thank you. I appreciate that. I cover things that I think are important here. Obviously, now I explained to everybody here, okay, that after the news about the Bitcoin spot ETF was going to get released, it was going to be a sell the news moment more than likely. And that's exactly what has happened. Because I continue to get this. Greg, what's happening with Bitcoin? Greg, what's happening with Bitcoin? Yes, it has fallen, almost $7,000 since, but this is no surprise. I told people to sell. If you recall, I was telling people to sell before the ETF came out because I believed that this was going to happen. This is common knowledge. 9 times out of 10, it's a sell the moment thing on Wall Street. Sell the news moment, sell the news. So it always is. So if you were smart enough, and I know some of you were, who wrote to me to sell at like 48, 47,000, now you can get back in here low. I still think it's a buy. This is going to play out to be massively bullish for Bitcoin. All right? You may have your own perspective, and you are certainly allowed to. Just like here, people are going to say like this 86 disabled person. I don't know. They can think what they want to. Okay. And I know there's a lot of people that hate it. There's a lot of people that hate gold and silver too. I'm not telling you have to love anything. All right. And you're certainly, again, entitled to your opinion on whatever it is, but you're going to lose. There's no doubt about it. Okay. I think I've nailed this to the wall for a very, very long time, unfortunately. Nothing could possibly be more trash than central bank issued currencies. You understand? And that is, again, central banks are, in fact, killing their currencies by design. So as I said, crypto, Bitcoin falling, no surprise to a single person that follows this blog. Crude oil did finish higher. Gold and silver are under a little pressure today. Clever custom performance, thank you. But look, all this stuff that we talk about, I mean, we knew this already. We're all ahead of this. But a lot of very, very interesting things going on here. And just, again, watch what's coming here. The setup, more war, expanding war, the market pricing in widespread war. At least it looks like that is, in my opinion, which means, of course, once it settles in and realizes that more easy money is going to be pumped into the system, which is coming. There's no doubt. The Fed's not done, especially this is a presidential selection year. You know that, a selection. And they're going to prop this up because Joe Biden is doing such a great job. Janet Yellen, the man is basically, according to her, his economic policies. Wait, hold on a minute. Tell Greg Mannarino again who runs the economy. Oh, yes, it is the Federal Reserve. Who runs the financial markets? Oh, yes, it's the Federal Reserve here in the United States and around the world. It's central banks. And who runs the entire financial system collectively? It ain't presidents. It ain't kings, queens, monarchs, or dictators. It is central banks. And they're pulling the world or pushing the world into absolute pandemonium here. They're collectively destroying the economy. You all know that. They got the consumer by the throat, but according to the Fed's beige book, the consumer is strong. You believe that's true? I don't think you do. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that you don't believe a damn thing. I really, honestly, when you, if you have the displeasure of following CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, pick one of these propaganda ministries. I don't believe anything that they say at all. They prop out these creatures who sit there and they read a script. They look at the teleprompter in front of them. This is what you're supposed to say. They have the earpiece. Oh, stop talking. Don't say that. This is what they do. You understand? And it's all just a psyop. It's a mind screw on an unprecedented scale to, again, it's all a deception, a distraction, and we are way too smart for these people. You understand? We understand. I'm so shocked that we're still here, you and me. Demon, thank you. I appreciate that too. Anyway, the Halloween news networks. It's so crazy, people. All right. So with that said, I think we covered a heck of a lot here. At least we, look, here's the Wall Street Journal admitting that manufacturing it's in rough shape. Couldn't be worse if you ask Greg Mannarino. Janet Yellen's trying to blow sunshine straight up all of our cracks, obviously, and that's she's out here, no accountability. Of course, she's just a thing. It's great. I love Joe Biden. Beautiful man. It's lovely. You kidding me? That's her. You know that I have to do these things. Otherwise I'll go nuts. So War Pigs, good one. Good stuff, man. Anything particular you want to cover? I think I covered a lot here. I hope I covered this issue with Bitcoin. I hope I covered the issue with that a lot of you are writing to me about. Yes, I see it. And the reason why it bothers me is because I covered here. And then these people ask me questions is watch my videos. I cover this stuff for all of you. I try my hardest to keep you ahead of the curve. I really do. Supply chains. I've been talking about that too. Look what they're doing. This is a question about the supply. They're going to start, and they're doing it already, talking about the higher cost of moving goods now, and they're going to blame that. They're going to say, "Oh well, prices are inflating because of that." And no, it can't possibly be the fact that central banks have been on a money creation binge since the last meltdown to prop this whole thing up. It can't possibly be that. So they have to find a scapegoat. They're going to use war to say, okay, well, war is why everything is falling apart. Meanwhile, no, it's the central banks that are deliberately doing this step by step, methodically, along with people like Janet Yellen. Is it just how many of you are surprised or shocked that the Treasury Secretary is a former Fed chairperson? Does that surprise you? That doesn't surprise me. Shouldn't surprise me at all. Anyway, it's absolutely insane, people. It really completely is. But, look, it doesn't matter. Let them play their games. We're going to continue to play our games, and we're going to win. We can't lose. It's impossible to lose as far as I'm concerned. Copo, I'm gonna run the Copo tomorrow, hopefully at Bradenton. I was going to run it tonight over at Showtime. Got to work on those 60-foot times. I think I got my traction issues worked out. I had the whole suspension upside down wrong. I'm not used to running those drag radials on the back of the Copo. I set up the suspension to run on a bias pie slick, and it don't work. As you can see from some of the videos that were posted on the Tesla Plaid channel, I couldn't hook for nothing. Too much power, can't get it to the ground. But now I have it set up right. Let's see what happens here. All right. That's it, people. I think we're going to call it here. And that's that. All right. Love all of you from the heart. Thank you for your support, for your friendship, for your love. So as I've been saying a lot lately, and I hope it catches on. I really, really do. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to sum this all up. I want to hear from you. If you found something interesting in this lovely blog thing here, let me know about it. I do read the comments. I may not write back. Please, let's do something about these thumbs up. We need more of them, people. 494 with over 1,500 people here right now. We got to do something about that. That's just pretty sad. All right. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning. Take it easy.